This video shows how to use RandomInt in Python in the final of 3 videos on the Lifelines for the Millionaire project tutorial for starters called Ask the Audience. Finally, we have Ask the Audience, where we give percentages on what the audience would think the answer would be. And here we're going to use RandomInt. So imagine that the audience think, or most of the audience think, that we have an answer. Let's say they think A is the correct answer. Out of 100%, 100 of the audience, we're going to have more than 50 are going to give the answer like the main answer, their answer. Okay, so we can use RandomInt and we give a lower number and a higher number, and that will give us an integer between these two. Now, if we want to create 4 of these, they have to add up to 100. So what we could do is say we start at 0 and then we can take away our first number. So let's say our second number is basically between 0 and what the first number is. And we can do that again. So we've got minus audience 1 and minus audience 2. So we've got a random number between 51 and 85. Now we take away that from 100, and then we get a random number from 0 to that number. So then we also get another random number between 0 and what's remaining. So if you like, this is what's remaining. And then finally we can just take away, so 100 minus audience 1, audience 2 and audience 3. It's spelled correctly. Okay, so let's have a look at these. So we would print, these are percentages, and let's print audience 1, audience 2, audience 3 and audience 4. Dearie me, what's happening? Okay, so let's try this. Okay, can you see we've got 69 to 1712. Now if we add that up, that adds up to 100. Let's try again. Now we've got 76, 97. So you can see that we've got 4 numbers. One obviously is the high number the audience think is the answer, and then the other 3 make up the 100. Now the trick is that audience 1 is either going to be correct or it's going to be incorrect. So let's imagine, let's just move this. Let's start off by taking this out and putting it, where should we put it? Let's just put it at the top for now. Okay, and then with the correct answer, now remember the code we use for phoning a friend. If it was the correct answer, then audience 1 would be answer B. Okay, so we could say print A, B, C, D, and if it's the correct answer, it would be in position B. Okay, Now, if it's not correct, then it's not going to be in position B. So let's put it in position A, for example. So let's run this. You can see the answer is D, so it's an incorrect one. So it's given a high percentage to A. So the audience was wrong. Let's try to choose it so it's an early question, so it's more chance of getting it correct. Let's try again. So our answer is B, and here the audience, 81% of the audience for it was B, and 12% A. Maybe we can move this over a little bit. So we try this. Not so much. As you could work out a bit more kind of spacing, so it's a little bit better than this. Or even just print the ABC in with the percentages. Yes, that's not too bad. So you can see here, perhaps, we need to do it on both of them. Let's just change that. Okay, let's hope we get this correct. Okay, so you can see 69% of the audience thought it was B, 10% A, 19% C, 2% D. Again, 69% B, 10% A, 3% C, 80%. So it gives us a rough idea of ask the audience. Now, obviously, you could change this. We've just used this between RandomInt between 51 and 85 as just an example. And obviously, you can make this a lot better. You can make it look a lot better than what we've done. But we've used random choice, choosing between options in a list. We've used random for a number between 0 and 1 that helps get us a percentage. We use lower to higher to say like 75% or 25%, for example. And then we've used RandomInt to randomly choose an integer between a lower and a higher amount. Okay, I hope that's helped you with your Who Wants to Be a Millionaire lifelines. Good luck.